Hi my friends, welcome to the channel English Professionally, and this course is for you. So how to learn English speaking easily, but not just English speaking easily, but to have an advanced level. Okay, so this video is really important if you want to have an advanced level in speaking. Okay, thank you very much my friends for your support, for your likes and shares. Okay, so are you ready? I hope so. You know, I'm absolutely exhausted. So I'm absolutely exhausted means I am very, very tired. I'm ready to give up learning English completely. So give up means stop. So I'm ready to stop learning English completely means fully, completely. I learn English a lot, so every day for many hours. I mean that I try to improve my grammar and increase my vocabulary. I mean that a nice phrase, it means that, so I want to tell you that, I want to tell you that, I want to say that, I mean that. I try to improve my grammar, so I try to make my grammar better and increase my vocabulary and to make my vocabulary larger. So I want to know more words, more English words. Okay? It's really good. What's the problem? What's the problem? It isn't bad, but it isn't enough. What do you mean exactly? So if you want, more information, or if you want some explanations, we can ask, so what do you mean? Or what do you mean exactly? Listen, my idea is quite simple, or my idea is very simple. It's very simple. I try to speak English when I have this opportunity or when I have this chance. But I do feel my vocabulary is really poor and I use very simple grammar. I do feel means I really feel. So if you say I do feel, it means I really feel. If you say I do understand, it means I really understand. My vocabulary is really poor. It means it isn't rich, it's bad. So I know few English words and phrases and I use very simple grammar. It means just basic tenses and structures, okay? Well, as far as I understand, it means that I understand it this way. Your English level in general isn't lower than intermediate now, but you speak like a student who has an elementary level, right? So level in general, it means, so all your skills, writing, reading, listening, isn't lower. It means it's higher than intermediate, so intermediate or higher. But you speak like a student has in elementary level, so just basic speaking skills, right? That's it. That's it means, yeah, that's right, that's it. I perfectly understand that it always takes place and I can do nothing about it. So I perfectly understand. It means that I understand it really well, I understand it very clearly, that it always takes place, it always happens, and I can do nothing about it. It means that I can't change it, so I have this problem and I don't know what to do. Okay? So I feel really angry, Please calm down. So calm down or cool down, so please don't worry, relax. I'll tell you what you need to become an advanced English speaker. Yeah, so it's, when you have great speaking skills, when you speak English very naturally like a native speaker. You are right for 100%, or you are absolutely right that you need to focus on speaking, or you need to concentrate on speaking. So it's the most important thing. Don't think only you experience this kind of problem. So experience yeah, means have. Not only you have this kind of problem. So most people experience this kind of problem. Most people have this kind of problem. Really, most people face it. So most people meet this situation in their life. The thing is that few people do realize it. The thing is, the problem is that, so when you want to give more details, you can use this phrase. The thing is that few people, so not many people, do realize it means really realize it, really understand it. So, and it's not so good. Yeah, it's a pity. Could you say it more clearly? Could you say it more clearly? Okay, I'll clarify my point. So I'll try to make it more clear. I'll try to say it so as clearly as possible. Okay? So most people want to speak English fluently, but they don't really know what it is. It is often believed, or people often believe, that if you can say something in English, if you can express your point of view somehow, so express your point of view, it means when you can say what you think, yeah? So, or make yourself understood, it's a good phrase, when you can make yourself understood, it means that when other people can understand you, so maybe your English isn't so good, but other people can understand you, and it's good, it's enough for communication, for conversation. You're a fluent English speaker. You're a fluent English speaker, okay? You're a fluent English speaker. I have also thought so. Okay? Okay. So, no, it isn't true. No, it isn't true. It means it isn't right. It's a myth. It means it isn't real. It's unreal. It's an illusion. It's an illusion. It's just in our imagination. But, I mean, the real thing is different. So, real life is different. It's just the first step to complete fluency in English. Yeah? It's just the first step to complete fluency in English. Not just basic fluency, but complete fluency or full. Yeah, it means full. To complete fluency in English. So, when you are an advanced English speaker. And I will tell you how you can sort out all these problems and reach another level of speaking. How you can sort out or how you can solve all these problems and reach another level of speaking, or have another level of speaking, yeah? To speak English really well, not just basic speaking, okay? So I really feel excited. So you say, I feel excited, or I am excited, so you're full of enthusiasm, yeah, and you want to know more information, more details. What do I need to do first to learn English speaking and become a confident and fluent English speaker? So what is, a confident English speaker? It's when you speak without mistakes, when you understand that you do it, you speak English without mistakes, and when your grammar is also very good and fluent, you can speak English fast. Well, first of all, you need to understand the difference between fluent speech for elementary level and advanced level. Okay, I think that's clear. You need to understand this difference. It's really so important. Okay, what's the difference? I really want to know it. As it has already been said, if you can say what you want using simple words and phrases, it's really good. My congratulations. Nevertheless, it's a basic level of fluency. Okay, so as it has already been said, it means that I have already said it. So if you want to say what you want and you use simple words and phrases, it's really good. So my congratulations is a very good thing. Nevertheless means but. It's a basic level of fluency. It's just the first level. This is the first level, the first step. Let me interrupt you So it means that I want to interrupt you. Can I do it? It's okay. Okay. So do you mean that most people can speak only basic English? Do you mean, or do you want to say that most people can speak only basic English, not only this? The problem is that most people know some phrases for traveling, for example. Yeah, a nice phrase. So the problem is that, the thing is that, the fact is that, so when you want to give more details and explanations. So most people know some phrases for traveling, for example, like check in, check out, and so on, and they can't speak English building their own phrases in different situations, building or making up their own or their phrases in different situations, in different contexts. Just imagine that you need to talk about the current political regime in your country or healthcare problems in your country. Will you be able to talk about it spontaneously and naturally? Okay? So really imagine this situation that you need to talk about the current political regime. It means so you have this political regime now in your country, or maybe some problems, healthcare problems connected with health or medicine in your country. So will you be able, so you know that will be able, it's can in the future, will you be able to talk about it spontaneously? So will it be possible for you? So will you talk to will you talk to someone about it spontaneously and naturally? So will it be possible for you? Okay. Okay, so I really doubt. I really doubt means, I doubt means that I'm not sure. I really doubt, I'm not sure. I think not. So I think it isn't possible. In other words, yeah, a nice phrase. In other words, or yeah. So what I want to say is that you need to do the following. You need to do the following, or you need to do this thing or these things. Please continue. Please continue, or please go on. What's my first step? What's my first step? Okay? Very nice. The first step is to be able to speak about any subject using simple vocabulary. Okay? So the first step is to be able to speak about, so you need to speak about any subject, not only traveling, yeah, not only hotel, not only tickets, not only simple things, using simple vocabulary, simple words, phrases, okay? So do I need to memorize lots of sentences and phrases? Or it means, do I need to remember lots of, or you can say lots of, or a lot of sentences and phrases? Don't do it. So don't do it. Yeah, you shouldn't do it. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. So if you do it, it isn't good. So it isn't rational. There are so many English sentences and so many possible situations. So possible situations which can happen in your life. Okay? So my friend, believe me, you can't remember all of them. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, or it's absurd. So it isn't possible. It's impossible. There is no point in doing it. So there is no point in doing it, or you can also say there is no use. There is no use in doing it. So it's a waste of time. So why? Why should you do it? So I don't see any reason. So it's a huge waste of time. Not just a waste of time, a huge waste of time. So you can spend your time on it ineffectively, okay? So you need to use a completely different method or approach. Completely different means very, very different. So the opposite method, the opposite approach, okay? So approach is just a set of methods, different methods. Okay, so what do I need to do? Okay, so really a good question. What do I need to do? You need to make up English sentences by yourself using familiar words and phrases. You need to make up, or you need to build English sentences by yourself. So you shouldn't, remember them. You should make up them by yourself using familiar words. So words which you know, and phrases, familiar phrases, phrases which you know. It's your main aim. So it's what you should, want to do. So it's your main aim. So it's what you need to reach. Set this aim and achieve it. So you need to have this aim. So you need to say, okay, I need to make up English sentences by yourself using familiar words and phrases, and do it. Will it really help me? Will it really help me? Don't you understand? You won't be dependent on books or any other materials. So you won't depend on books or any other materials. It means that everything will be in your head. Oh, I really want it. How can I start speaking this way? So we just say start doing speaking this way, or how can I start speaking so, yeah? As I see, so really I see it, you have this level. Focus on grammar and listening to videos which are full of useful phrases for speaking English fluently, natural and confidently. Okay? Full of, which have lots of useful phrases for speaking fluently, naturally and confident, like these videos, and many other videos on the channel. Like this one, exactly. Like this one, exactly. So it's a good example. You see that, so you have actually, you see lots of interesting phrases for speaking, and you get lots of interesting information, lots of important information at the same time. So two things in one, okay? Good. So do I need to know different English grammar structure? Not only to know, you need to use them. Moreover, which means that I also want to say that you need to focus on English vocabulary. Do you know the main difference between a fluent English speaker, basic level, and an advanced English speaker? Yeah, the main difference. So how these things differ? Okay? No, please tell me. No, please tell me. It means that I don't know, please tell me. It's vocabulary as well as confidence in English grammar. As well as means it's confidence too. So it's vocabulary and also confidence. And also confidence, as well as means and also confidence in English grammar. Personally, it means that I think, so it's my idea, yes, that I don't understand English teachers who say that English grammar is unimportant. Unimportant means it isn't important for non-native speakers of English. So non-native speakers, people who weren't born in an English-speaking country, who weren't born in England or United States. I think you understand. So if it isn't important, really, if grammar isn't important, how can I speak English without mistakes? Yeah, a good question. They say that you need to read more and listen more, and your grammar will be improving. Only this way. It can't be so. No way. So it means that I disagree. I totally disagree. So no. So, okay. So they were born, native speakers, yeah, were born in an English-speaking country, and they listen to English all day, and they speak English all day. They have been doing it since their birth or childhood, yeah? So really, so they were born, and then so they started listening a lot, so then they started, speaking when they could do it, and so on. So it's a very long time. So how many hours is it? Yeah, it's a good question. So let me count. We have 24 hours a day, so including 8 hours a day for sleep, so it's about 16 hours of daily English speaking practice. So you know that native speakers, yeah, so as I see, have 16 hours of daily English speaking practice. Okay, but they can't read or listen to something all this time. Yeah, a good point. Yeah, it means that's right. You know, it's also a part of English speaking practice. Thinking in English. It's a very important thing, so thinking in English. It means that maybe they don't listen to someone, they don't read, but they think in English. It's also a part of an English speaking practice, yeah, of this English speaking practice. So, as we see, it's about, so we see it's about 16 hours a day. So there are, normally there are 365 days in a year, and if we multiply 365 by 16, we'll get approximately, it means about, so maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, 5,800 hours a year. They have this English practice. Also keep in mind, so also please understand that they have had this practice for many years, not just 1 year, not 2 years, not 3 years. It's a very long time. For example, 30 years. If we multiply this number 5,800 by 30, we'll get about 170,000 hours. Hours. It's wow. That's what I'm talking about. It's an incredible amount of time. Yeah. Do you have this time? It's an incredible amount of time. So it's unbelievable. So it's really, it's a lot, really. Okay. So of course not. I need to learn English fast, and I need to speak English really well, being able to build different phrases and sentences by myself. So I need to do it very fast, so I don't have much time. And being able means that so I need to be able to make up different phrases and sentences by myself. So without a book, without a dictionary, just by myself. Absolutely, you got my point. So it means you understood me. Is it enough? So is that all, or is it enough? Not enough. You need much more than grammar. So you need many other things, not only grammar. English words? Well, you can know 50,000 English words, and what? Really, and what? So you know them, and what? Will you be able to use them correctly and fast? Well, if you know just these words, just means only if you know only these words, your speech will look very funny and unnatural. What do I need to do? When you learn English, don't focus on English words only. Focus on English phrases too. Try to memorize them or try to remember them and use them in your speech. That's a good idea, and use them in your speech. I need to remember English words and phrases so that I can use them in my speech correctly and naturally. And I shouldn't learn English texts, by heart, right? Okay, so the idea is the following. So I need to remember words and phrases, and I shouldn't learn by heart means memorize. I shouldn't memorize or try to learn English texts, right? So that means that if I want, so that, okay, so I need to remember English words and phrases, so that I can use them. So, and as a result, I will be able to use them in my speech correctly. So definitely, it means of course or certainly, I don't understand people who think they can improve English by learning lots of English text. Really, I can't understand, so by doing something. So when they use this method, I often think this way. I often think this way when I see, people, when they learn lots of English text by heart. I often think, okay? So people, open your eyes. You need to speak by yourself. So yeah, but not just text. You need to make up English phrases by yourself. Even if you learn 1000 English texts, it won't solve your problem. So okay, and what really? It won't give you fluency. You won't be a fluent English speaker. You'll only have a dependence on these texts. Dependence, it means that you'll only depend on these texts. Okay, so maybe there'll be another topic, and what? It's the opposite thing, yeah, which can lead to the opposite effect, yeah, when you try to learn different texts. No. So use phrases and words and make up all your sentences by yourself. Anything else? Right. You also need to know more conversational phrases, which are designed especially for speaking. Conversational phrases means phrases for conversation, which are designed especially for speaking, which are really for speaking. Where can I take them? Where can I take these phrases? Honestly, so I want to be honest with you, taking them isn't enough. You need to meet them in context again and again. These lessons are full of these phrases, aren't they? So really, what useful English phrases did you meet here, which you can use in your speech? Yeah, good question. Think about it. And always try to keep this idea in mind when you learn English, my friend. So when you read something, when you listen to something, when you see interesting phrases, okay, think, okay, it's a good phrase. And that I'll use it in my speech. And when you speak, please try to use all these phrases, and if necessary, you can take notes, you can write something down. Okay, my friends, thank you very much, for your help, for your support. I really hope that this lesson is extremely useful. Okay, thanks a lot. And so really, let's practice speaking English. So it's very important to have a daily English speaking practice. Thank you very much, my friends. Good luck.